Welcome to the Veterans Growing America podcast. I am here with my co-host Donnell Johns, my man. Always a pleasure, and we have a very special guest today, Jay Salter, the founder of Act Now. He is an extraordinary gentleman, and he has a whole lot of he got a wealth of information to share with us. Welcome to the show, my man.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, brothers. I'm glad to be here. Glad to, spend time and commune. Yeah. So yeah, I'm interested. I'm here for it.
And
So Jay, we go way back, but most of my audience, they may know you, but we want them to get to know you. Could you tell us a little bit about your military experience and background?
Absolutely. So I'm currently active duty naval officer, former enlisted. My rating was a CT for those in the Navy that know cryptologic technician. I'm now a cryptologic warfare officer. Um, I'll say this about my career. I came in with a chip on my shoulder to prove a point. I don't know if I was trying to prove a point to myself or prove a point to somebody else or just prove that I can make it in the world. Um, and through that journey, I end up realizing that regardless of what I've been able to accomplish, how awesome or great it has been, it's never been fulfilling in a way that giving back to others have been my career, my lifetime. And so that has put me on this trajectory to be focused on helping others, um, servant leadership, being able to provide opportunities for others. And that's really what my career has been about. I'm thankful that through the military, I was able to find that purpose and that passion. But I don't think I would have been able to discover that if I didn't go through what I went through being in the military. So I'm thankful for that. And that's my career in a nutshell.
so let me ask you this: how did your military experience and training influence your journey into entrepreneurship?
That was a fluke, honestly. It was not by design. Because I even remember to this day, I told my mentor, he was like, "Yeah, Jay, you should get into I take off glasses. I see this the shine." He was like, "Yeah, Jay, you should get into entrepreneurship and you should get into running a business." And I was like, "Nah, not this guy. I would just like to work for maybe a Fortune 500, maybe a Fortune 100, just collect a salary and do the work." But then he kind of instilled in me like, the purpose of what you're here for is for making an impact, right? And if you want to make an impact, what's the best way to be able to do that? And so business is typically not the direction you go to do things like that. But for me, that's how I aligned, wanted to make an impact. And I knew that through that, that was going to help me get a direction to do what I'm doing now. But it essentially started with my mentor kind of just planting that seed in my head, and then got to the point to where I had to take action, make something happen. Took a lot of L's, right? It took a lot of L's to start that, but I just I just love being an entrepreneur. I love the journey. I love the exploration. I love, trying to figure things out. It's not easy. It's not something like I would recommend everyone do, but essentially, it's like to me, it's very rewarding because when you learn something that works, it has a great effect on you.
So let's dive a little bit deeper into that. Let's think about the inspiration, right? What inspired you to do what you do?
I think it was more so like so in terms of Act Now, it was more so being able to provide people with resources that they may not have known about otherwise. And then for me, it was just like it's kind of like you find out about something you want to put other people on. Hey man, I got this hookup. Get this discount. And so it was a small version of that. And like I said, that's where that sense of purpose came from, because I was telling people about these certifications, and at the time it was the organization that was offering certifications, and essentially all you had to really do was put your name on a piece of paper, state how much of your job dealt with anti-terrorism, and then provide you with these different certifications based off of your work knowledge or experience. And so I was able to grab or get a bunch of these certifications, and I was like, man, that was like an easy day. So I was telling other people about it, and other people were able to take advantage of that too. And so I had a whole bunch of people at my command walking around with these binders, these folders with these different certs. And I was like, man, that wasn't hard. And that felt good sharing that information and putting other people on. So that's kind of like where it expanded and where it grew from there.
So now we get into the business, man. So what is the unique proposition or the unique value of Act Now? Tell the people what is Act Now and how they could take advantage of it.
Yeah, Act Now Education, we're a nonprofit that focuses on being able to help people rescale and upscale depending on what certifications or opportunities out there. We connect people to free resources at no cost, whether you're a military spouse, veteran, transition service member, reservist, and National Guard. All these programs or resources are available to you at no cost. And there's over 40,000 different resources out there for the military community. It's kind of hard trying to figure out which one's best for you. You don't want to spend 6 months or 12 weeks in a program and realize at the end, that's not really what I was looking for, or that didn't really help me get to where my goals were. So we try to go through as many resources as possible to provide you with decent information on what's going to help you or in your career, your trajectory, in your journey. And so that's what Act Now is. We are the resource for the resources. We're here to support and provide you with some good information that's going to help you in your career.
No, I love that. I love that. I love what you do. Um, and obviously over 70,000 plus other people love what you do, which is amazing.
Team,
And
team.
yeah, exactly. And so the big question that people want to hear, because there's all these people out there with that are currently serving right now. And entrepreneurship is a dream of many, but they don't know how to get started. And so how do you juggle the military and entrepreneurship at the same time?
Still juggling it. I might drop a ball or two every so often, just be honest. But it's a process, right? The biggest thing I can say is it is a commitment to start a business and focus on that, especially when you have other priorities. You have your family, you have, work, or anything else that you got going on wrapped up into that. If you're doing school, all that stuff is kind of surrounding you at the same time. Being able to balance that could be difficult. And I think you only learn how to do that by doing it, right? By focusing on, okay, what works, what doesn't work. When I spend, a week on a project and my wife's like, what are you doing? It's like, why you ain't spending time with family? So like it makes you go through the process of, okay, I need to make sure this works out so that I'm not doing too much of one thing, I'm not doing too much of the other. But it's kind of like an ebb and flow. I would say uh, understanding what your priorities are, right? And being able to break that down. So if my priorities for this week are, I want to be able to reach out to like 10 people related to something for, our business expansion. I want to be able to do two things with my daughters where we go out and we just focus on something that they want to do, right? And then I want to be able to take care of tasks of the many tasks that my wife has for the household. Like that's the priorities that you have to have, right? Just like this is my strategy. These are the things I'm trying to knock out. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but you go after it and you try to do your best.
Hey, so after collecting, and I ain't gonna call it a collection, but it is a collection of 70,000 followers and people who you have influenced. That's a lot of folks that you touch. But for you personally, what has been your biggest win since you've been in operation?
I would probably say like just with people, how people receive it, right? I mean, I have my own perception of it. It's just more so like I don't think I'm doing anything special as far as like I'm just putting out information. We're able to work out relationships with corporate partners and provide opportunities. But I'll give you a story. So when I was at the MIC last year, uh, I had a handful of people, and I'm not kidding you, like a handful of people come to me and say, Jay, this program, everything that you've done has had an impact on my life. And they eyes full of water. I was just like, just totally caught me off guard because, I'm not thinking that it would have that type of a tremendous impact. But I do know, for me personally, education is the key factor that can help, take someone out of poverty, provide somebody opportunities, take care of your family. If you have the right knowledge, the right resources, the right skill set, and the education you need, your life can change dramatically. And so I didn't think I was on a level to where I was providing that, but for guessing, talking to some people, they felt that way. And it was just like they were very thankful. And I was very thankful that, they were able to share that with me. And it was just like that to me um, lets me know I'm on the right track. So if anything, that's what sticks out the most is like whether or not what I'm doing makes sense and it's helpful to others. If somebody would came in like Jay Sock, I'm like, okay, but that's not what happened. But yeah,
No, nah, that's good.
That's real good. So if I had a crystal ball, right, and I was looking forward, you know, maybe 5 years, what are some of your plans and goals for Act Now Education, and then also your support in the veteran community?
yeah, I'll be retired. Hopefully, yeah, I'll be retired from the military by then. So that's the first one we'll start off with. That wasn't the question, but that I wanted to add that on there so I know we know that. Um, I want my organization to be the go-to resource for military talent, to be able to help people find jobs, help them figure out their path, and with all like the BS and corporate or politics, all that move aside. Like we are here to really make an impact to help you get to where you need to be, and then in turn you do that for others. I want our organization to be known for that. That's kind of my driving factor. That's what I'm pushing for. Um, in terms of the things that I want, yeah, I mean, just really just being able to expand that and help folks. And then probably work out some of these other business opportunities I got. I mean, I'm just running I got two for-profits and one nonprofit, so there's a lot to balance, right? I'm hoping to get some people under my team, under the belt to kind of help us out and help us grow. But I would say one thing about business is when you start it, it's best that you learn how to do these things first, so that when you want to bring somebody on board, you know exactly what to kind of relay to them. It's hard to be like, oh, it's easy for us to be like, yeah, I'm just going to have somebody come in and do this and do that. And if you've never done it before, you don't necessarily know if it's being done right or it's being done the way that you need it to be done. And I feel like if you learn through business by, trial and error, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, takes longer, yes, absolutely. But the value and lessons and the value in learning from doing the things yourself can be a tremendous benefit to your business and growth.
That's
So
huge.
so let me ask you this, like throughout your career, what is like and remember you talking to me, the also active duty member
Yeah.
who is just looking up to you and see you grinding and appreciate the grind. What is something that you learned in your military career that would be a good piece of advice to help someone transition into business?
Don't believe everything you see.
Mm,
Don't believe everything you see.
Good.
Um, not what we perceive usually is like, oh, that's so much better than what I'm doing, or we try to compare ourselves to somebody else. You might be in chapter 3 when they're in chapter 5. It's just a different variable. So I would say just understand your journey, understand your path, appreciate it for what it is. But when you terms of looking at things and understanding things, don't believe everything you see. Try to verify the information, learn, be a student of life, and I feel like that can get you in a good direction when it comes to entrepreneurship. Um, anytime you hear somebody say all it is these 3 steps, or it just takes this, don't do that. Don't do those things because it's never that. I can tell you from personal experience, it's work, and a lot of it is work, and more work. Yeah, the 3 simple things is work, work, and work. Like that. Those are 3 simple steps. So yeah.
I feel
Exactly.
like I heard Rihanna when you said that. Work, 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 work.
That's about to be the theme song for the year.
Yeah,
Hey, that is the theme song.
Yes,
So
sir.
Jay, we go all the way back
yeah,
to when VGA was an idea. Can you tell people about your journey with Veterans Growing America?
yeah. I mean, it's the huddle, right? It's the first time in my life where, and mind you, none of us knew each other so for those who don't know about VGA, and it's essential that I talk about it in this way because it's exactly what VGA's like the reflection of it, unknown, like not us like actually talking about, but it's the actual reflection of what VGA is. So there were a group of veterans that attended the event and slowly just starting to connect with each other. Oh, you do this, you do that. Oh, that's awesome. You do that. We should link up. And then collectively, I don't even know how it all happened, but it was just like, hey, we should just, get everybody on the same page, have a conversation. Let's just talk about some opportunities and things. And so we all got on a call. Uh, some people were virtual. I think some people were in person. I forgot exactly how it all happened, but it's just understanding that we all had a mutual understanding of we all are in business, we all want to expand, we all want to touch base with each other, we all want a fellowship, and that's what that formed. It formed a tribe, right? And so these individuals still connected to this day, and they're all doing great things in their business because I feel because of that tribe, because we pushed each other, we supported each other. That doubt that you hear in the back of your head when you're doing something, you say, I'm not sure if I should do this or not. That stuff got like, we addressed those issues. And so when we did the first VGA event at Girani's Coffee House, I remember there was a awesome entrepreneur by the name of Teresa Black there. We had Monifa, we had Natasha, we had Chris McPhee, myself, Donnell. We had a lot of folks there, right? And I remember uh, when we were talking to, what was it? What she was selling? She was selling something. I forgot what she was selling. What
Who?
was selling?
Oh,
What
she
she
was selling ice cream.
Yeah, she was selling ice cream, but it was on crepe or something like that. And she was like, "Oh yeah," she's like, "Well, I came here just to see it. No one's really gonna want it. It's probably not gonna." That thing sold out.
Sold
And
out.
we were telling her like, "This is great. This is awesome. You need to expand this. You need to push this." And it's like she's never received that type of validation before until she was at that event. And so Teresa was able to grow a business. Now she has her own chocolate factory, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, starting
That's
from there,
amazing.
right? And then there was another person, Monifa, who Monifa didn't have a product. She didn't have anything to sell. She was there just to support, like I was. And she was working with Natasha, and Natasha had keep your headgear, uh, keep your hair, because
Keep your hair headgear.
yeah, keep your hair headgear, and it's pretty much silk lining products to not mess up your hair. And Monifa was helping sell those products. She was helping, talk to customers, helping her get sales. And then Monifa was like, well, maybe I should get into business. Monifa has her own product now. She has multiple products that she's been selling. And Natasha's grown her business into, now they're in exchanges, and now she's in a uniform store. And if you can buy a silk lining cover in a uniform store. And that's all what VGA is. As a roundabout way to talk about it, but it's all what VGA is that center of, your tribe, people who want to see you do well in business, people who you connect with, people who you build relationships with. It's not just an interaction, it's a relationship. And so, yeah, that's what it is.
As we say in VGA, you're not in business for yourself, but you're not in business by yourself, but for yourself.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where, we come together and win, like this call right now.
Yeah.
It's a collect. We are all basically on the same mission together,
Yeah.
running our separate businesses.
Yep.
And the goal is for all of us to win and all of us to have that trajectory. And I want to thank you for being a part of, the vision. I remember
The goal is to shop, baby, shop.
shop, baby. Hey, no matter which way we call it, it's an honorable way for America to say thank you for your service by shopping, baby.
Yeah.
By
Absolutely.
shopping, baby. You know, it's and I love the fact that we came together. It was a Monday call every Monday,
Mhm.
and we're still now it's on Tuesday, but we do it every Tuesday at VGA, and it's amazing. So thank you for being a part of that.
Yeah, it was a pleasure, bro. Thank you for thank you for building that. Like that was, like I said, there's nothing else like it. There's just nothing else like it. You can't, it's not something that's replicable. Yeah.
Hey Jay, so can you share your socials and how folks can get a hold of Act Now and get some of the information that you have?
Absolutely. You can find us on actnoweducation.com. We do an orientation every Saturday. We talk about our offerings, our programs, anything that we're providing. Like this week, coming up, we got some PMP certifications. We have some CSSP certifications that we're giving away. Quite a bit, Sec Plus certifications. And so we're always trying to do something to give back to the community. You can reach me on LinkedIn, the only Jay Salters online. And then, yeah, just touch base with me. Let me know what you need. Try to send you to the right people. Make sure you do your research, though. I'm all about teaching somebody how to fish. Not gonna cook it for you.
Indeed, and I got to chase you down by that PMP for real.
Yeah.
Hey, Donnell, how can folks continue to support Veterans Growing America?
So number one, if you're within the sound of my voice, I need you to become a member of VGA or a sponsor of our organization. You can find us on our website at veteransgrowingamerica.com. You could also find us on all social media platforms as Veterans Growing America, with the exception of X. We are Veterans Growing on X. And all they got to do is what? Shop, baby.
Over and out.